You ever make a YouTube video where you explain something you thought you understood, and then when you make a Patreon video explaining that thing that you thought you understood, so you made a YouTube video about, you understand how you messed up and you were wrong? I have. Watch this. Hello Patreon subscribers. I'm gonna open this up to my free subscribers, and I may even post this on my YouTube as well, just so people know what type of content is available on my Patreon. Yesterday I released a video on YouTube talking about practice arpeggios and how to work those into fiddle tunes that we already know. And so I wanna go in a little bit more in depth here, and let's start with a major scale and how to build arpeggios. If we were to number each note in a major scale, we could say that G is the first scale degree of a G major scale. Makes sense, and so on. A would be the second scale degree, B would be the third scale degree, C, D, E, F sharp, and G again. So the three notes that create an arpeggio also make up a G major chord. So that would be the first, third, and fifth scale degree. Making that arpeggio seems pretty easy, but there's a trick to make the rest of them, and it's actually using the major scale. So if you look at the 1, 3, and 5, we actually just skipped another note in the major scale, right? So if we slide that up and we start on the second scale degree, we can do the same thing and build the A minor arpeggio. We slide that up to the third, the fourth, the fifth, and so on, and you can build your arpeggios just by skipping a note in the scale. Okay, so for exercise 1, we did ascending arpeggio starting with the root of each arpeggio. G major, A minor, B minor, C major, D major, E minor, F sharp. For exercise 2, we ascended with the first arpeggio and we descended with the second arpeggio. So that will look something like this. A G major, A minor, B minor, C major, D major, E minor. One big thing you might take away from this is how one ascending arpeggio leads to the next descending arpeggio, meaning that D to E, that F sharp to G, those things are going to be ways to start hearing voice leading and start picking up how we move between chords. And here is where I realized that I had a mistake in my YouTube video, and I had a mistake in how I was looking at this. So let's look at the third exercise, and then I'll explain what's in my YouTube video and what I'm doing wrong and how I can explain it now. Okay, G major, we're gonna take that last arpeggio you played. We're gonna invert that along with everything else. So we're gonna go from G to F diminished. So what was wrong about my YouTube video was that the 7th scale degree of the key of G, and F sharp diminished, is not the same as an F sharp minor, which is the 3rd scale degree of the key of D. The charts that I have on screen should have indicated that to me. The big difference is going to be that the F sharp minor has a C sharp and not a C natural. So when I'm practicing that arpeggio, it's a big difference. And actually the walk down matters to have a C sharp rather than a C in it. Sounds correct. So my ear was leading me in the right place. What my understanding of theory was incorrect until now. Now that I understand that the walk down is actually coming from the D major arpeggio workout and not the G major arpeggio workout, it makes a lot more sense of why I could put it there. The 4 notes may be the same, but the 7th scale degree being diminished and the 3rd scale degree being minor, it's a big difference. So this is what the reharmonization would sound like with a F sharp diminished. And this is what the reharmonization would sound like with an F sharp minor. So the whole point of the exercise is to get to the point you can interchange arpeggios similar to the way that I just did in that example. I took out an F sharp diminished and I put an F sharp minor in there. Let your ear guide you, play what sounds right. That's kind of what I was doing originally anyway, was playing what sounded right. So now I have a better way to explain it.